Holy Toledo. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. It only took 5 chances.
Yay, we are
We
finally
could
on.
put a man on the moon, but we can't even connect on Facebook here.
Hey,
Oh
but we
my
got it
goodness.
done. It got done, right?
Thank you. Well, of course, Mayde, by the way, just for the record, Mayde figured it out. Okay, so let's just be clear on that. So we can literally, for the rest of our lives, we can say the first time we ever visited like this was a colossal failure on my part. But
Not at all. But you do
can
need to
only
get
go
out of the
up from here.
pantry. You do need to get out of the pantry.
So, for the record, this is a sewing. My wife is a seamstress and a sewer. So, if you see, there's a collection of sewing machines up here. So people have been people think I'm in the pantry. I'm not in the pantry. Um, but thank you. Mayde has been so patient. We tried this at 3 o'clock. It's 3:40 now over here. The poor girl is trying to pack and get ready to move halfway across the country. But I know people have been really excited. I'm going to share this, well, before I forget, try to share this to the station page. But no, people just wanted to see you and say hello and just visit for just a couple of minutes. And so I'm
Yeah,
going to try to
absolutely.
do it. Yeah.
I'm so excited, you guys. You have no idea. But right now, I've been running around just getting extra boxes because you don't realize how much, basically, in my end, how much junk I have until like now that I'm packing and putting things away. And I'm like, what? I'm always saying, oh man, I need more clothes. And then I realize how much clothing I have. And then I'm like, I only use like 10% of it, which is ridiculous. But yeah, that's running around, trying to get extra boxes, just trying to make sure because we got a U-Haul, so I'm gonna be driving back to Texas and just hauling all my stuff. So it's a 26-hour drive, I believe,
Oh,
but I'm gonna make
I've
it a
done
road
that
trip.
drive. I've done that drive from Phoenix twice, and it's 1,000 miles from Phoenix, which is about, I want to say, like 13, 14 hours. So and people may not know you're coming from Sacramento, right?
Yes, that's correct. So right now I am in Northern California. I'm in Sacramento. Been here for about 2.5 years. It's an amazing city. But you know what? My family, I'm from Dallas, born and raised in Dallas. My family's still there. I do have family in San Antonio as well. So, it's that pull. I want to be closer to family. So definitely that pull. San Antonio was my first market. It was an amazing market. I love San Antonio. So I'm excited to be back. I'm so excited. You guys have no idea.
Yes. Well, listen. Yeah, and even some of your colleagues who were at KSAT, and I don't mind talking about the competition, just had nothing but great things to say about you. Some people may not realize it. I mean, you was it at Telemundo as well?
Yeah, so I was at Telemundo. When I started my career, I started at Telemundo in Dallas and then moved to Telemundo San Antonio. And I was there for about 5 years in San Antonio. And then I did the switch to KSAT. So I was at KSAT
Right.
with Fiona um, doing the SA Live show, the midday show. So I was there for about a
Right. Right.
year
Right.
and a few months before I took off to Los Angeles.
Very cool. I'm just sharing. So I'm sharing this conversation on the our Fox page here in San Antonio, so everybody on Fox can see. Because I promised this like 45 minutes ago, and so yes. But what I guess in a nutshell, I mean, so people know. I mean, Mitty and I have talked a couple times, and people have been asking me your name. Is it Mayde? Is it Mighty? Made? How do you say it?
So it depends. It depends. In Spanish, it's Mayde. In English, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you literal translation, it's Mayde. And so when I was
Yes.
in school, my mom uses Mayde, and now she just says Mayde. So when I was in school, and my teachers would say Mayde, Mayde, and I was like, who are they talking about? And then I realized that it was me, and that was
Yeah.
like the literal English translation. So it just stuck. So, my family, my friends, Matey, just the English translation. But when I was at KSAT at SA Live, I have a lot of friends who also call me Mimi for that same reason that they're like,
Right.
it's easier. So a lot of my friends call me Mimi. So a lot of the folks in San Antonio will call me probably Mimi because that's how they remember me, if they happen to remember me. So, but honestly, I've been called Mayday, maybe, everything, everything you can think of. So I will answer to most of it.
Very cool. So just we have a few more minutes here. Just some of the questions that are coming in. Efrain wants to know, what is your favorite Mexican food?
Favorite Mexican food? I would say some enchiladas verdes. Oh, yes, or some puffy tacos. You know, if you're in San Antonio,
Oh,
you got to have those puffy tacos for sure.
there's not a lot of Tex-Mex in California, from what I understand,
No,
right?
no, not at all. Hard, actually, I haven't. Well, maybe there's one, but it's not the same. You guys know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Somebody was asking if you're in San Antonio yet. No, she's still in Sacramento, getting ready to make the move here. Chris, Simon Gomez, they're asking, how does it feel to be back, or I guess coming back to San Antonio?
Oh gosh, you guys, you have no idea. Like, I've been in California for the past 4 years, 4 or 5 years. California is amazing. It's an amazing um, state. It's got a lot to offer, but again, so does Texas. And for
Hmm.
me, Texas, that's where my heart is at. That's where my family is at, especially right now with everything that everybody has been through with the pandemic this year. Um, I realized just how much I miss my family and how much, even though I'm going to be in San Antonio and most of my family is in Dallas, it's only it's a 3 hour drive because of how I drive. But no, seriously, it's only a 3, 4 hour drive. So just, knowing that regardless, I know I can't see them necessarily this year. But just knowing that whatever happens, I'm only a drive away, right? And I don't have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
wait, to see when the next flight is and in case anything, an emergency, and I've been there before already. So
yeah.
I think more than anything, my heart is in Texas. My family is really pulling me back to Texas. And I love Texas. That's where I'm from. That's where I grew up. Like I said, I lived in San Antonio for 5 years. I know the market very well. The people are so welcoming, and I love it. I love everything about it. There's so much food everywhere. So
Well,
I can't
yeah,
wait.
I've told people before. I mean, I left once, I worked in Arizona, and in Arizona was great, but it ultimately was not Texas. And so we couldn't wait to get back here. And that was 15 years ago. And yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine, being anywhere else. It's been, it's a fantastic city. Just a couple more minutes here, real quick. Somebody
And
was
I will
asking about your,
say, real
yes.
quick, because I've enjoyed every second I've lived in California. California is, like I said, a pretty amazing. And when you work as a journalist, you know this, Ernie, you have to move around, to be able to
Yeah.
grow in this industry, to be able to. And I've always been, that free spirit. I've always wanted to see other things. Like my whole thing was when I was young, we couldn't travel. We didn't have the means to travel. We would only go maybe during the summer to Mexico, to see some extended family. So, when I was going to school, and one of the things that really, you know, why I gravitated into wanting to be a journalist is because I wanted to travel. I wanted to explore things. I wanted to tell stories. I wanted to meet
Hmm.
people. And that's definitely been a huge part of, why I'm in the industry. And so having that opportunity to come to California, to live here, to see how people, you know, think it's a whole different, mindset and just different food, everything. It's been an amazing few years. California has been amazing. But like I said, your heart, my heart is in Texas because that's where my family's at.
Yeah, yeah. Can't beat that. Have you learned anything about yourself or acquired any new skills during the pandemic?
Oh man, that's a hard one, Ernie. You're gonna put me on the spot. Um, well, I don't have your skill of hiding in the pantry, but I will say, just kidding. No, I haven't, because I've still been working. I'm still out in the
Yeah,
field. As a matter of fact, my last day here is on Sunday, and we take off Monday, so I'm still working
right.
this weekend. So I haven't really had a chance to necessarily work from home and just have that, maybe a little bit of extra time to explore, do other things. I think I've definitely learned to be a lot more patient with myself, because before, like I was telling you, I would just ring my IT, whether it was like an issue I was having on my computer or anything with work. I would just call IT and be like, hey, can you guys help me out? And I think I've learned that because everybody's working remotely, you
Right.
have to have patience. You have to have patience with everything.
Right.
And I think I've definitely gained a lot more patience for everything, from helping my friends with trying to figure out their Zoom for school for their kids, and we're like both trying to figure it out, to just again, trying to figure out all this technology on our own, being that I'm not tech
Right.
savvy. I know the basics. So patience, I would say. What about you?
That's fantastic. Um, uh, Probably I've worked on barbecuing, grilling. I got a new grill early in the and we've done a lot of home improvements. I've talked a lot about on the show. A lot of home. I rebuilt our back fence in our backyard. My wife and I did that on our own, and we've done a few projects around the house. And so, yeah, I would say those kinds of things. But yeah, it's been a crazy ride, and of course, Mayde knows I have 3 kids, and so we've been just doing all this distance learning and everything, and so that's been an adventure to say the least. But no, we're hanging in there, and we're really looking forward to having Mayde. I know that. Okay, so now we've got a little bit bigger audience. Now we've got 250 plus people who are jumping on here, and I don't want to keep Mayde very long because she's got a lot to get to, but. For people who are just jumping on, I know we were super late to this, and for the record, Mayde saved the day, absolutely saved the day to make this happen because I was about ready to go just cry in my bathroom and just because I could not figure this out. But so this is Mayde Gomez. She's going to be anchoring with me. Did we say you're going to start on the 19th and then be on air the 26th? Is that about right?
That's my understanding. Yes.
Okay, okay. So that's the plan right now. But if you're just hopping on here, so she's in Sacramento. She's going to work a couple more days, hop in the car, and then get over here to I-10 on I-10 as quickly as she can. And
We love
within speed.
moving, says nobody. The moving process is tough, you guys. Just packing
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Woo, it's been rough. But
Yeah,
yeah.
but I know you're getting a lot of love here, and a lot of people who remember you from when you were at KSAT, Telemundo, just nothing but nice things to say about your time here and just the kind of person you are. So I know we're looking forward to it. But I guess before we let you go, anything else you want to say, or just pass along to all of those who have been patient with us today?
First of all, thank you guys. Thank you, Ernie, for doing this. I know you've been trying to figure this out, and believe me, this won't be the last embarrassing moment we both have. So
True.
thank you so much for just your persistence and just trying to get this done and trying to get people to either remember me or get to know me a little bit better even before we start. So I really appreciate you. You are an amazing human being. You reached out to me like as soon as it was announced and I got the gig. You reached out and offered just getting to know me a little bit better, and that says a lot about you. So thank you. I really, 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 with all my heart, really appreciate that because it is, especially stepping or coming back to San Antonio, which the city that I love, that gave me my first opportunity, coming back in a different capacity, coming back doing a different job. It's nerve wracking. The expectations are nerve wracking. You know,
Yes.
I, sometimes people expect, you to be just like your predecessor or be some type of way or be the way you were. And people do grow. And I'm just excited to be back. I'm excited to be sharing the screen with you and to be communicating and with the San Antonio audience and just talking to them, letting them get to know us. And I'm excited about this new chapter. I'm looking forward to it with all my heart. I'm going to be pouring my heart and soul into this project. I want to be there. I'm going to be fully just completely immersed in my job because I want to be able to give our viewers the best of me. And so I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there at 3 o'clock in the morning with a huge
Thank goodness.
gallon of coffee, trying to just get it done. And it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great ride. I hope you guys can join us. Um, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's awesome. Listen, I appreciate it. Again, thank you for being patient. We tried this for 40 minutes and then Mayde saved the day and got the ball rolling here. So I'm really glad that you got to jump in front of the camera here. I know you're moving and you're working and trying to wrap up everything, tie up all the loose ends in Sacramento. So have a very safe trip getting over here. We'll connect when you get to San Antonio, and thanks for hanging with us for a few minutes today.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. Ernie, you are amazing. Thank you. And I can't wait to have some of that barbecue we talked about. Thank you.
It's a deal. It's a deal. Mayde Gomez, coming soon to a TV near you on Fox News First. All the best, Mayde. Be safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll see you guys soon.